Well, greetings and welcome to New Things Ministries Friday noon devotion. We're so glad you're here. This week we have um, dealt with a couple of aspects that we're going to look at today in God's faithfulness. We have looked at the uh, God's blessings and the richness of God and being made a spectacle for God, and um, so we are continuing that thought frame or that frame of thought um, when we talk about the faithfulness of God. Uh, Look with me at 1 Corinthians 1:9. God is faithful, by whom you were called into the fellowship of his Son, Jesus Christ, our Lord. Do you really believe that God is faithful? The same God who called us into a relationship with him will always be faithful. You will never discover a time when God is not faithful. I never have. There's a true story about a 19th century evangelist by the name of George Mueller, who was director of an orphanage. He was a missionary, an evangelist. One morning, George Mueller was informed that all the children in his orphanage were dressed and ready for school, but there was no food for breakfast. He instructed his leaders to take the 300 children into the dining room and seat them at the tables. He prayed and he thanked God for the food and waited. Within minutes, a baker knocked on the door. "Mr. Mueller," he said, "last night I couldn't sleep. Somehow I knew you would need bread this morning. So I got up and I baked 3 batches for you. I'll bring it in." Soon there was another knock at the door. It was the milkman. His cart had broken down in front of the orphanage. He knew the milk would spoil by the time the wheel was fixed, so he asked George if he could use the milk. And of course, George smiled as the milkman brought in the 10 large cans of milk. It was just enough for the 300 thirsty children. Because of George Mueller's fellowship with God, God knew he would be faithful. George Mueller knew God would be faithful. And the closer that you and I grow to Jesus and grow in Jesus, the more we will begin to see how good and faithful God really is. He is faithful, and he will never be unfaithful to his children. God bless you today. Rejoice and enjoy the day in the faithfulness of God. Bless you. Good day.